Hi, good afternoon. My name is Serif Zukic. I am a little independent kind of researcher. I kind of have worked in university in the past and sort of explored various ideas around pressure in the ocean and especially in the deep waters and how that could be utilized and is a possibility, just like waves and tides and wind, can that be used as a mean of producing electricity? It is a little bit of a new area, possibly different to what you heard earlier today. But basically, I've been working on this for about 10 years. I'm looking to see for the prospect of using pressure, because the weight of the water in the ocean creates pressure. That's because the column of water, the weight of the column of water, and also because of the gravity, and that's what basically allows for the pressure. Every 10 meters goes by 1 kilogram per square centimeter of pressure. So it is pressures everywhere. Malta for me is really important place because it's the middle of the Adriatic, so Mediterranean Sea, and you've got water here that's over 1,500 meters deep, not too far from here. So for me, this is just a gold mine, if you want to. You're familiar with the concept of pressure. These are not contested generally. For most sort of researchers and most universities seem to sort of go along there is a pressure there, and there's also Army and another sort of institution are telling us that this is the case. Now, how do we get pressure? How do we turn pressure into electricity? Your gas turbines, what they do is they use gas as a fuel to create heat, and heat then creates pressure. At 1,500 meters depth is equivalent to what your gas turbines uses for fuel. But you have that pressure in the ocean. It is 1,500, 2,000 meters plus deep. So how can we use that? Is there any way we can turn it so we can kind of use all the technology of the 20th century, generators, the turbines, and everything that people have done, all these great people who know all these details about how things work. Why can't we not use that to utilize pressure in the ocean? So the prime issue seemed to be around introducing pressure differential. So pressure differential is the first point. What you have at 1,500 meters, you've got 150 kilograms of pressure per square centimeter. Here we have about 1 kilogram per square centimeter, 1 kilogram pressure. So if you can find a way to bring that pressure down right at the bottom, the base of this device. So if you can find a way to go down and to bring 1 kilogram there, then you have pressure differential. It is like sitting on or standing on the base of a big, think of a big dam. Later told us about the dam idea. Think of a big dam. This dam is 1,500 meters and you are opening the tap. So that is sort of possible comparison. The way we're sort of proposing this is it's a bit vague, but difficult. But basically, there's going to be an inlet where the pressure, high pressure is going to come with the water. The inlet is going to come to the chamber, and then there's going to be water turbines there. So when the high pressure gets into the water turbine chamber, then the length of the water is no longer going to be 1,500 meters depth. 1,500 meters is only going to be 2 meters because it closes that area, it becomes a chamber. It's still under pressure, but as it rotates, there's going to be a part where it's going to be like fiber optic or some form of very strong plastic that will allow the pressure from the chamber to come out and almost move into the low pressure chamber. What you have is, you have similar principle to what you've got with turbines, but this is using pressure. There is resistance to sort of use this. Main resistance is funding, loads of sort of issues to do with that. Most of universities are not really researching this. I'm urging people to do it. emerging people to come and start talking about pressure, because pressure is possibly another venue to create electricity. I think I'll leave it to that. I wonder rather if you want to ask questions, if this is a new area that perhaps you've not heard this before, if you want us to sort of have a bit of chat about this.
Thank you very much. Questions? Do we have questions? So I do have a question. So I host one ocean energy conference, and then there is always the issue about corrosion.
Oh, yeah.
So then you mentioned plastic. So I assume that you were thinking about using kind of.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be most of this has to be built new. We're talking corrosion, we're talking movement underwater, we're talking because the device can be lifted to the surface for maintenance and things like that, but we'd rather keep it down there as long as possible. And we also need to be careful about marine life, how that is going to affect, and so we don't want that to be plugged in for the marine life and the sand and all that stuff. So we're looking at the best possible researchers out there, because they're already this in place, especially with underwater cables and other sort of. So we don't think that's going to be a massive, hugely massive sort of.
So we got any more questions?
Yeah. What would you say are the main obstacles for realizing?
The main obstacles have been really, we need to have more people sort of thinking about pressure.
Okay.
So we need to have more universities, more colleges, more kind of, because there is a broad consensus in terms of wind and in terms of waves. So there's loads of people sort of talking about it, but not many about pressure. There is underwater turbines using tides, but not pressure.
In terms of distance, because this is obviously meant to be producing electricity, in terms of distance from the mainland, does it require to be very far away from the mainland?
I think that's a really good question. For me, golden standards are it's the depth. So you can go as much as you want to. If there is a material that can sustain 3,000 meters plus, that'd be great. I'm using the 1,500 because of all the materials out there, aluminium and everything else, those are the ones that can manage for now. So, but with time, I'm hoping there's going to be more people willing to work towards giving us good materials for even greater depth. There is a town in Italy, Siracusa. Yeah. So from next to Siracusa, there's only a few miles, and it goes really, really deep. To me, that's golden mine. But so there's no really any other kind of restrictions in terms of the distance. Malta is not deep enough, but it's got some places where it's deep. This technology can be also used at 200 meters, 100 meters, but the greater depth is better.
Questions? Then we thank you very much for your presentation.